Sometimes I want a break from big, complicated builds. Today, we're building a knee hockey stick rack for a friend's son and using only pre made project panels, pocket holes, and butt joints. And we're trying to remember that simple doesn't have to mean ugly. I started by measuring the sticks and then designed the entire piece in Shaper 3D to make sure everything would fit. Then I made a cut list and cut everything out on the table saw. This project needed two sides, a back panel, a bottom, a front kick plate to hide the sticks, a shelf to hold some balls, spacers to keep the sticks separated, and support brackets to hold the spacers. Now it's time for the design details. First, a big round over on the top front so running kids won't get caught. Easy enough. I used a 1-quart can of paint as a guide and cut close to the line with my jigsaw. If you don't have a jigsaw, sand down close to the line with 80 grit paper. When the curves were close, I clamped the two sideboards together and refined them both at the same time with the sander. This way, even if they weren't perfect, they would be the same, and that's all anyone will ever notice. Then, I added roundovers to all the exposed edges with a router, which I like doing on kids' stuff especially. I was careful not to round over the places that would have seams, so there wasn't an unintentional shadow line there. Unfortunately, not careful enough because I did add a roundover to one wrong spot, but I'm probably the only one on Earth who will notice. Well, at least until I just told you all. Let me know in the comments what's the constant careless mistake that you make in your projects, and while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe. With the design details done, I sanded everything to 150 grit. Nothing special here. I prefer to hand sand the roundovers first and then work on the flat areas so the orbital sander cleans up the inevitable scratches from the hand sanding. Then I glued up the interior shelf pieces because that would be hard to clamp later, and added pocket holes to the back and bottom pieces. Some woodworkers scoff at pocket holes, but don't listen to them. These are a great way to get started, and they're super strong. I built my first piece of furniture with pocket holes over a decade ago, and we still use it today. Before painting, I taped off anywhere glue was needed. Wood glue on top of paint isn't strong because you're relying on the strength of the paint to hold the joint together, not the strength of the glue. And anyone who's ever peeled paint off of a wall knows just how weak the paint bond is. Taping all the glue joints also let me paint everything before assembly. This is typically easier anyway, but particularly in this case because different parts of the rack were different colors. I didn't want to have to tape off all the color transition points while I was working inside of a box. 2 coats of primer, 2 coats of paint, even when the paint can says 1 coat guaranteed. Then I removed the tape, cutting along the edge as I did so I didn't accidentally peel anything up, and assembled. Here's a couple of tips for pocket holing well. Use glue as well as the screws unless you have a specific reason not to. Clamp the boards tight, otherwise the pocket screws might pull everything out of alignment. And use the correct screws. Coarse screws for softwood, fine for hardwoods. The wrong screws will probably crack the wood. For anywhere you can't clamp or realistically screw, like the back bracket on this piece, use a combination of CA glue and wood glue. The CA glue acts as a clamp while the wood glue dries for the permanent hold. Once all of the glue was dry, I removed the clamps and touched up any paint. I'm sure my friend's son and his hockey buddies will beat this rack to hell and destroy my painstaking paint job, but that doesn't mean he doesn't deserve a good-looking rack to start with. Then I added in the spacers, holding them down with more CA glue, and this knee hockey rack is ready to deliver. There's something satisfying about 1 or 2 day builds. They don't hang over your head, they're not overly stressful, and they don't clog up your shop for weeks or months at a time. They're a wonderful palate cleanser, and I'm glad that I was able to fit this one into my schedule.